This is I Like That Story, a Prairie Christmas episode number 20, The Man in the Hallway. This A Prairie Christmas episode of I Like That Story is brought to you by Evolution Consulting, nationwide consulting for style, speaking, and stage. Starting out in life is exciting, but hardly easy. And any of you with young children or memories of young children know money is always tight. It certainly was in our family. I was working in radio, which is almost always synonymous with poverty. Libby was able to get a part-time job teaching at a private school, 2 little kids, daycare, and a house in Minnesota that hadn't sold yet. Well, it did sell, praise God. It sold when I was exactly out of money. No savings, no nothing. We were able to get a job watching over the other apartments in our building in exchange for vacuuming the hallways and keeping the entryways clean and policing the other residents. We were able to knock about $280 off the rent each month. It also meant that we were the bad guys in our own apartment, especially for the guy at the end of the hallway. He was a laborer of some sort, construction probably, big and weathered. He let his kids ride their trikes up and down the hallway at night, a strict no-no, and something I had to confront him over time and time again. But we needed the money, every penny we could find, and the annoyances of dealing with difficult people like him faded as the reality hit, that Christmas was coming, and there wasn't any money. Now, to be fair, we did have something to eat every meal. We were just breaking even, paying the minimum bills. We weren't going any further into debt, but there was hardly a penny left, with Christmas just a few weeks away. But hear this, families with young children. God has a way. In December, a family moved out and left a small girl's bicycle in one of the garages to be thrown away. I spent late nights in the garage, carefully cleaning the bike. I found a new seat and some new grips, the kind with streamers and a white wicker basket. It looked pretty good. And I still had some of my woodworking tools. I got a sheet of plywood and used it to make a dollhouse. Libby found some wallpaper samples, some carpet pieces. We got some miniature furniture at a craft fair for a deal. The week before Christmas, we were resigning ourselves to a macaroni and cheese Christmas when the radio station manager gave us each a gift box with a pressed ham inside. I remember somebody complaining that it wasn't a real ham, but not me. I was so happy to have something to eat besides hot dogs. And out of the blue, my Aunt Irene sent us a check for $140. We were able to buy some things to put in the stockings, some treats, some decorations. And you know, we had Christmas. And there wasn't much under the tree. Libby was able to find the money to buy a green pullover jersey for me. I still have it. It's worn and frayed, but I can't bear to part with it. Oh, and one more memory sticks in my mind from that Christmas Eve. At about 1 o'clock in the morning, while the kids were asleep, I carefully snuck out of the apartment to the garage to get the bicycle and the dollhouse. As I was opening the door to ease the packages inside, I heard a slight sound. I looked up, and there, at the end of the hall, was the construction worker, loaded with Christmas packages, sneaking them into his apartment. We looked at each other for a minute and smiled and laughed silently. Then, in a very soft voice, he whispered to me, "Merry Christmas, man." And I whispered back, "Merry Christmas." So to all the scrimpers and savers and whisperers and planners and secret keepers, I say to you, Merry Christmas. God bless us, everyone. Thank you for listening. This story comes out of my syndicated radio show, A Prairie Christmas, a holiday gift from all of us at I Like That Story. ILikeThatStory.net is where you can find out more about the places I speak, the books I write, the podcasts, blogs, and CDs of some of your favorite Christmas stories. Look us up on ILikeThatStory.net, and until next time, with music from Dan Schwartz, I'm Jeff Gould. Merry Christmas.